It says 9:46 p.m. on 31st of December, which means it's New Year's Eve. Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. We are joined today in the studio with our producer, Maxine. She's currently out of frame, searching for crumbs. And I'm so happy to be here with you.
And I am with you.
I know we are having a couple of problems on our normal screensaver. That doesn't really matter. That's the perfect color right there.
Nice and black with a purple background.
There you go. And so what a year, right?
Yeah, we did a lot of cool stuff.
Yes, and I know how, well, obviously you write everything down on a calendar, all the cool things we do.
I do, like an old lady.
You know, my mom always did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like every little thing. It's so weird that you do that too. So I don't know. Before we get into those reflections on that, I just wanted to give a shout out, as they say, to a couple of people for our sponsors who are sponsoring us tonight. Our sponsor, Facebook, who is our official sponsor. I'm just kidding. But I just noticed on, as I go through here, I like to see what's going on currently. And a minute ago, I saw Mike Mendez pulling out a happy little nugget. Hello to Mike Mendez, a wonderful director. Picture of him in the Crypt Keeper toasting with a creepy top hat. And there are some other things going on that I just saw, and I wanted to say before I forgot, some cool things that I saw happen this year that we might not normally talk about on this podcast. But in mixed martial arts, the fighter of the year, the UFC fighter of the year, was Alex Poatan Pereira, who Chama, who defended, I think, he fought 3 or 4 times in 1 year, which is kind of unprecedented, and defended his title 2 or 3 times. My favorite time was when he knocked out the loudmouth Jamal Hill.
Is that the one where he went?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And I saw.
That was awesome.
Yeah, it was great because the guy was trash talking so much, and doing that like he belongs in WWE or something. Yeah. People that do whatever.
I laughed so hard.
Yeah, I cheered. I was so happy because I was so happy to see him shut his mouth like that. And somebody posted earlier that if you start their fight, the whole event, their fight at that event, if you watch it, you started at 11:46 and like 44 seconds. That right at midnight is when he knocks him out. So that was something funny. And my favorite female fighter of the year was Kayla Harrison, who came in from another what do they call, like another promotion. Did her first UFC fight this year, and is just really super cool, just super buff and tough. And I cringe when I read, all the comments and people say, "Oh, she's a man," and all this kind of stuff. Like it's
kick your ass.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think she's wonderful. She has children, I mean, that's what you do when you go in the public eye. People can say anything they want about anybody. You put yourself in the public eye, you're up for criticism. But she's a mom. She ain't a man. And she's been, from what I've read, completely heavily tested for steroid use all throughout her career, and is, never tested positive. And she's my favorite female fighter of the year. And Alex Poatan Pereira is, of course, my favorite guy, Chama. And there was a couple other things I saw, as I was just scrolling through Facebook here, about some of the things that people were doing tonight. I know that there's a lot of cool recovery events tonight. Something that of course, being in recovery, we are not drinking anything but tea and coffee and some water and
Tea.
and great. I don't like to use the term shout out so much. It seems like that's such a, I don't know if it's just the common thing people say.
Overly used.
Yeah, maybe. But what else would you say other than shout
Give
out?
props.
Yeah, give props to those people who are staying sober tonight, and to those people who are staying sober and helping drive those who are drinking or whatever tonight. Seeing people get home safe. I think that's really cool. So here's my salute to the sober people and keeping it nice and safe and easygoing. To those people who are not out like us, this is our party, doing this on New Year's Eve. I know we'll be up at midnight.
Most likely, yes.
Yeah, but not out and about doing crazy shit. So
no, I'd rather be at home.
Yeah, I wouldn't rather be anywhere except with you.
Oh.
Any day.
Come on.
Every day. And I'm glad that we feel the same way about it. The last thing I wanted to give a shout out or celebration to was this wonderful gift that you got me. The Hell of the Living Dead, also known as Virus novel by Brad Carter. You could see it if you zoom in or if you just go online. It's put out by Severin Films, David Gregory and Severin Films, written by Brad Carter. The movie, of course, Hell of the Living Dead, is a wonderful favorite zombie movie, and this book is based off of the original screenplay from 1979, I think. And so if you can see, just it's a big thick book, and I'm just beginning it, and I wanted to say thank you and promote it a little bit if anybody is interested in that. So
you're welcome.
That's my little intro. If I'm forgetting anything, I don't know, but I know you had some stuff to go over.
Oh yeah, so we saw some cool shows this year. Violence. We saw.
When was that?
Do
you not have the dates?
I don't have the dates on there. No.
Oh no.
But I can go.
You have the calendar?
I can run and get my calendar.
Yeah, that's what we should have, because that's
little lady calendar.
Okay, so while she's gone, what we're gonna do is we're going to plan a secret takeover. First of all, I'm going to eat this giant Hershey's Kiss that she got me. And once I eat all this sugar, oh wait, never mind.
Yes. Calendars. I'm a nerd. I like to write things down. Even the stupid shit like going to Walmart like we do, like once a week at least. So let's see, there was violence was in here somewhere. Yes. April 12th at the Sanctuary.
April 12th. Oh, that's right, because that was our anniversary weekend.
Our anniversary weekend.
Right.
Yeah.
What did we do? We also went to Astronomicon, right?
Yeah, that was the day after. So we stayed at a hotel and then just kind of stayed around there and hung out at Astronomicon the next day.
Right. Do you remember where we stayed?
I think it was the Comfort Inn. I like Comfort Inn, so I usually pick those. It was a nice hotel.
Right.
Yeah, because it was like right across the street from Astronomica.
Oh my God, Maxine, you're cold. You're cold and you've got snow on you.
Just outside rolling in the snow again.
Yeah. I don't know how much these mics pick up, but they're pretty good, and I keep hearing the camera go off every time they go outside to in front of one of the cameras.
Yeah.
The phone goes off, so I didn't know if you could hear it over here. It kept like wah wah.
No.
But yeah, that was great. That was a wonderful killer show.
Yeah.
Killer show. And that night, so I can't remember. Some shit went down with the band, and it was like one of his regular. Okay, so Sean Killian, the original singer, of course, the only singer I think Violence has ever had, and he's I think the only original band member left, but he's been playing with this guy Mario, I think his name is.
Mm-hmm.
And that night, something went down with the rest of the regular band. I know his normal bass player and other guitar player and drummer were not there.
Wasn't the one of the guitar players from X Hoarder had to play with them?
It was the bass player
Yeah.
from X Hoarder doing double duty that night.
Right.
With X Hoarder and Violence. And the drummer, I don't know. I think he was just with Violence, but I could be mistaken. He might have been an X Hoarder guy. But that's so they played the Violence set with one guitar player, and if they're usually a 2 guitar player band. And that guy was on top of fucking everything. Every solo, every break, every single thing. I was blown away. Like you just, he had no, it sounds better with harmonies and 2 guitars, but the guy didn't miss a beat. Not a fucking thing. And I know all those songs, like back, front to back.
It was a wild show.
Yeah, the audience, the pit, everything. It was insane. They fucking owned the sanctuary.
Oh yeah.
And then Sean came right out after and just took pictures with everybody. Super cool. No, what do they call those VIP things where you meet the band, pay to meet the band?
Meet and greets.
Yeah, meet and greet. That shit. He just came out immediately after, took pictures. Super friendly guy. And now, from what I've seen for the rest of the year, he is the drummer is Nick. I think you pronounce it Souza. Souza is Exodus singer Steve Souza's son. Nick plays drums for him.
Oh, cool!
And he's a cool young guy. And Mario still playing guitar, but now they, I think, have Pat O'Brien from Cannibal Corpse on the other guitar. And still the same bass player, and I wish I could remember his name. But yeah, so that was an amazing show. That was super cool. And a super wonderful anniversary. Mm-hmm.
Yes. So that was our 12-year wedding anniversary. Maxine's birthday was on the 24th of April too.
And how old is she now? 4?
4. She's gonna be 5 this year. You're so cute.
And she's still a baby.
She is a baby.
Can you see her in there? Oh, it looks like you've got an alarm going off.
Oh yeah, I do.
I wonder, does that disrupt?
No, it doesn't disrupt the video. Excuse me. Just telling me to do hi.
Oh yeah, you can kind of see her there, Maxine. There. Oh, there she is. What a good girl you are.
For April, we also had Clash at the Creek, aka Foos Fest.
Oh, was that April?
Yeah, that was April.
Oh my God. Foos Fest.
Foos Fest.
That was pretty cool for what I thought he did a good job.
Yeah, and you guys played some music there for Lords of October. Excuse me.
Right. That was acoustic minus Matt. Matt was like in Zimbabwe hunting skunk apes or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he couldn't be there, but God, I can't remember where he was. He's always like right now he's in Florida.
Always on an adventure doing something.
Yeah, visiting Hannah's parents down there. He was talking to me earlier, sent me a picture of them cruising on a boat.
What?
You know, Hannah's kicking back in her leather jacket, and Lincoln's like just in a chair, kind of looking out, and my heart immediately stops and is like, holy shit, that little kid is so close to the water. And I told him to watch out for megalodons. But yeah, that's right. Foos Fest or Clash at the Creek. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. I think that was the first show that we had. Was it the Appalachian Horror available? I think so.
Yeah, I think that was the first time we put that. Not much happened in January. We had some podcasts that we did with the Flint Horror Collective.
Were we up to doing it every? Well, I mean that third. No, we weren't doing it like on a regular basis then.
No.
We were. I mean, doing it on a regular basis, but we didn't have it like down to the third Thursday.
Yeah. February wasn't. We started like metal meetups and stuff.
Wait, hold on. We just started those in February?
I don't think I have it on the calendar for. Oh wait, no. Metal meetup was on the last Saturday of the month in January. We get together with our friends and talk about life and metal.
Right, the monthly metal meetup.
Yeah.
Right, and so that did that start this year though?
I think it started a little bit.
See, I don't remember it before that.
A couple of times before that one.
Maybe.
Yeah.
That too is something really cool that was just old friends from high school, Kathy, Joe, and Russ, and you that came in. Yeah, I remember that first time that you came and you got to meet everybody.
Yeah, Damon came in February we went to the Crab House.
Right.
That was good. O'Brien's Crab House in Auburn Hills.
Yeah.
That was a nice place.
Yeah, it's good to call ahead just to make sure they have Dungeness crab.
Which they didn't last time for my birthday, and I was very sad.
Right.
Very expensive crab, but very, very, very delicious.
And I love those too. We don't have one this month, but we're doing it next month.
Yeah.
For the metal meetup. And that is supposed to be at a Brazilian steakhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that.
I saw that Schmear and Destruction had a music video. I think it's the newest video called We Are Destruction. And I saw in the video they were just like out and about doing stuff. Next thing you know, they're at this fucking restaurant, you know, carving meat off this fucking thing.
Yikes.
And I asked him, like, where is that, you know? And when he told me what it was, he said it was like in New York or I can't remember where, but I just looked up the style of food and they have one in Troy.
Yeah.
And so that's closer to where Joe lives. And that's going to be our next metal meetup. Is going there, which is something to look forward to. Like, don't eat all day.
Right.
Go there and just, you know, devour. Yeah. Yeah, I love those. I love that you are able to partake, that they are your friends now.
It's very sweet.
Know, it is sweet.
It's a good people.
Yeah, except for Kathy. She's not a good person.
No.
No, she's fairly wicked and kind of evil.
Oh.
Yeah. She's not as metal as she thinks she is. I'm just kidding.
March we went to Chicago. It was for Samara's 18th birthday. That was fun.
See, that's this year. God, it's so weird because like it's in my memory, but that's why it's important that you go
go back in the calendar and
and
write things down.
yeah.
Otherwise, I'll forget because like you'd be like, "So what did we do this year?" And I'd be like, "I don't know. We did a whole bunch of stuff." Like time flies so quickly. The older, like I always say, like the older I get, time just goes by faster and faster.
Yeah.
It's flying by.
It does.
But then
It's
I don't
crazy.
remember all the cool stuff that we do unless I write it down. Shama.
Right. And this is a great way to recall it, you know, and to celebrate what we did. And that is an amazing time. I loved doing that. And Damon and Samara and you and I went to the Torture Museum.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That was interesting.
Yep.
Lots of cool, what do they call those? Like
displays?
Not mannequins, but they're like, what would you call those? Like,
they're like figurines and displays, scenes.
Right. All kinds of different props and, some prop, like just antique torture devices that could be found and you can touch them and look at them.
Mm-hmm.
You can put on those death masks, and there's a whole bunch of those chastity belts for men and women.
Yep.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Yep. We ate a lot of good food. We went to a ramen place.
Yes.
The ramen place and sushi.
Yes. All were so good.
And some cool comic stores. We walked a lot. Oh, and then we went to the Shed Aquarium.
Yep, went to the shed, visited the bean, but the bean was kind of like blocked off because they were doing some kind of refurbishing to it, or
yes. And I was so fucking tired.
Yeah, it was a lot of walking.
By the time we got to Shed Aquarium, I was delirious.
Yeah.
And like I would just be like, go walk around. I remember sitting down at some booths and table, wherever I could sit down.
Yeah.
And just like shut my eyes for a second. And then, you know, I would get naturally excited again because I was there with everybody and doing everything.
Right.
And I would be like, oh, I got a little burst of energy again. And walk around and then we stayed in that big ass suite. Well, it wasn't giant, but it was the suite that we stayed in, all of us. And Damon and I were watching a UFC event while you and Samara were just chatting about whatever it was.
Yeah, it was late.
Yeah, but God, I love that. That was so fun. I wish we could do that kind of thing, like, you know, every year for her birthday, or my birthday, or yours, or just that sort of thing is just fun. And we rented a car, right? No, wait, did we?
No, I think I drove my car.
What car? You didn't have the Charger then.
Yeah, I had my Charger.
Did you take it?
Yeah.
No.
Pretty sure. We took the Charger up.
I don't fucking remember. No, we took the Equinox.
Did we? I don't know. We had all kinds of like.
I think so because I drove.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I'm so used to being like, yeah, I drove because I drive everywhere.
Yeah, no, I drove there and did not want you to drive the Charger to Chicago because of fucking idiots. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because I said, if we're going to get hit by some douchebag, it's going to not be the Charger. That thing is pristine. So, yeah, that's right. See, good memories, man. I dig it. I dig it. And I loved being in that room, but one night was enough. You know, I like our privacy.
Mm-hmm.
I like to be able to not, you know, worry about any kid seeing me. Like, I just like my privacy. You know, I feel like I gotta, you know, stay clothed and shit. You know, like if I gotta use the bathroom, I better be quiet or something.
Right.
So goofy.
Yeah, it's
right.
So then in May we had Halfway to Halloween at the CRB.
Halfway to Halloween.
Mhm.
Did we?
Lord's of October.
Like Corona Road Bar.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. I don't know why I was thinking the local. Right. Corona Road. And
Yeah.
what's your? Do you have a favorite memory from that night? Because I do.
No, barbecue.
Yes. That motherfucker. What was he called? Like slightly stoned barbecue or?
Oh God!
Something that had to do with getting high.
Like something munchies.
Something like that. God, outside of Corona Road Bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was super good.
Is that still going?
Yeah, it sure is.
Okay. All right. I always worry about tech. Like, you start talking, next thing you know, it's off, and we've been talking for like an hour and nothing's going on.
Right. Right.
Yeah, we don't have a producer. It's just us and Maxine.
Yeah.
Yes, that barbecue, that was the shit. And the Halfway to Halloween show was good. We hadn't practiced as much. We never feel like, we often feel like when we play there, it's like a practice. It just feels like, I don't know what it is. It's like no jitters or anything weird like that. Like if we fuck up, it's okay. Right. We don't usually mess up, but it was a lot of fun. I remember being like, oh shit, there's a couple spots where
even if you do mess up, nobody's going to notice anyway because they're all drunk.
Well, not
sometimes
everybody.
I don't even, it depends, because sometimes I don't even notice if you messed up or.
Right. Yeah.
I'm just having a lot of fun.
Right. Me too. But that barbecue was the highlight of that night. And I know Damon was there. Well, Samara was there too.
Yeah. Yep. She helped with merch that night.
Yeah. And she came with Damon.
Mm-hmm.
He took her home.
Yeah. It was very nice.
Yeah. Back when they both lived around here.
Yep.
Now they both live far away.
Yep.
The motherfuckers.
All gone.
Come and help with merch again, bitch. I mean, we love these kids.
So normally in April we do April Ghouls Day, but we had to move it for, I think somebody, I don't know, dropped the ball or there's something weird with it where we had to move it to May. So it was Mayhem at the Market, which.
Well, hold on a second. Let's. Why don't you explain exactly what April Ghouls Day is, or Mayhem at the Market?
So April Ghouls Day for the last few years is a author event with the Flint Horror Collective, and we have a bunch of awesome authors that bring their goodies. There's even some artists. Sometimes I bring my art too, but I don't always do that.
Right. And I think the only reason it was Mayhem at the Market, like Mayhem at the Market, is because it was already booked.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, that's the only reason. So either one works. And that's where
the Flint Farmers Market.
Yes, that Flint Farmers Market. And it's always a good event.
It's nice.
Yeah, it's always a good event. And I think we hooked up there with Crossroads Village.
Oh, right. And then we did the Oddities show there.
Oddities and Curiosities.
Yep.
Which was, I guess you got it on your calendar, but it was soon after that. Yeah. I remember it was hot as fuck.
It was really hot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That was in June. So, yep, about 4 or 5 weeks after was Oddities.
So backing up, Mayhem at the Market. Yeah. We are there, and I'm trying to. I know you probably didn't put down like release dates of books and things like that of ours.
No.
But I'm pretty sure that it was the Tyler event that the Appalachian Horror was the first event where it was released. I knew then that it was going to be something special based off of just the initial responses I had had already. And when that, I knew that because by the time that we got to Mayhem, people were asking me for it.
That's right.
And
You got your new book?
yeah, and they had heard about it. And at this point, I can't remember if David Hayes, the writer director David Hayes, had um, wanted he wanted to do something with it. He said he wanted to make a web series or a podcast series
Cool.
based off of the book, but I don't think that was them just yet. But I knew at this point that I had, you know, come into something that was special to me this year. It was and still is very special to be able to have a writing style that is not completely out to get you. I mean, I'm out to get you for sure, but this year has been like the real beginning of being able to have a more, and I hope nobody cringes too much at the idea of the term mainstream horror. But mainstream horror these days does still include eviscerations and cannibalism, unlike it used to. It used to be mainstream horror was like Monster Squad or something, but the mainstream has changed. The goalposts have moved, and just writing as David St. Eerie has been a thing that this year I started.
Yeah, and so you've got 3 books now that are written under that pseudonym.
Yep. And that was right about the time where I started feeling really good about it, because I felt like at the marketplace that it wasn't something that I had to put away when the kids would come around, or tell people, no, that's not for children, or because the flow of consumers through the market wasn't just fans of horror and stuff like that. It would, it's anybody that wanders into the marketplace.
It's a free event.
And there were some regulars, some normies that came in there, and I was happily able to, like, there was a mom who was just like, oh, what's this? What do you guys got here? And being able to say, oh, this is what this book is about, and not feel like I have to explain to a normie, oh yeah, the name is Lucifer on it, and you shouldn't let children read it. Like, no, it's definitely rated R, but it just felt good.
Yeah.
And it's been a good thing this year for me to be able to feel like, I guess I'm just getting older or boring or something.
No. All right. So more things in June. I had my 13-year clean date celebration. We did MottCon as well.
Oh, right.
So that was fun too.
Wait, what month was that? June?
In June. Yep.
Was that before or after?
That was before Oddities.
Okay.
So it was on the 15th. MottCon was there.
MottCon.
So they had like their first little horror con, which was cute. We had like the big paintings they did with like little zombies and all different kinds, like Dracula and Frankenstein and stuff. Yeah. So that was really cool. I hope they do another one.
Yeah, they spared no expense in their promotion.
No, they did really good.
They had a huge team.
Mm-hmm.
They printed up shirts and posters, and they had a really great setup. It was just, for me, it seemed like it would have been better if it wasn't so far back in the campus.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And
hard to find for some.
Yeah, it was hard to find, and there was a good flow of traffic at one point. Then it kind of died down. We left a little bit early because of that, but I hope they do it again. That was a speaking event for me.
Right.
It was originally supposed to be a band event, and we went through some issues trying to. I don't remember what it was.
They didn't have a sound guy, and nor did they really have a PA. Like you would have to bring all your stuff.
Was that it?
Yeah.
Okay, because I do remember one thing was we said we were going to do it. We were all for it. And then I think it was Paul that said that he was going away for his anniversary.
Oh, yeah.
And so we tried to save it and say, okay, we're going to perform as Legions of October. And then whatever transpired, I think Matt had his heart issue. That's what happened. Matt had his heart issue and his heart fucking stopped. And he had to go into the hospital and get a pacemaker put in.
Right.
Because we couldn't play it then. So I ended up just speaking there. And that was at the point where we tapped Holly to come and play drums for us at the Oddities event.
Right, that's right. Because we had a practice with Halloween in June.
Halloween.
Halloween.
Halloween from Arcane Eclipse.
Yep.
And she was awesome, just like a total trooper. We gave her a set list. We went over to play. She was learning it. Fucking professional. It was. And then what happened was Matt, he had it done. He had a certain recovery time. And the date of the Oddity show was exactly 1 day before he was supposed to be okay for
strenuous
light activity. No, light activity. It was a day before only light activity. And he said, I really want to do it.
Right. Mm-hmm. And he was dying.
Yeah. I mean, he almost died. And he said he really wants to do it. And me and the guys were like, no, dude, we love you. You're not going to do this because it's a hell of a way to go out to just, die on stage, but like not here. Let's die like, at the machine shop or something. And so we told him how we felt. And so at some point he contacted Holly and was like, hey, I can do this. I want to do this. And they talked and Holly was like, I'm coming for backup just in case. But
she's so sweet.
She said she knows how that feels. Like she would want to play the show too.
Right.
And so she learned the songs. And then right at the end of that show, the last song, he said that he was like ready to, he wanted her to come up and do the last one. But all the ones that she had learned, we had already played. Right. So we were either going to stop or, go on. And he said, fuck it, I'm going to do it.
Right.
And when he was all done, and it was like 100 degrees. Yeah.
Yeah, he was whipped.
Yeah. And you know what? That fucker, even before that, he was playing volleyball like the week before, doing all kinds of shit like he does. He was probably, parachuting into fucking, Israel or something. I don't know. Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
And that was a killer show, even though, again, the setup was weird. Like they had the band, all the bands, first Jason, second Salem, and third Lords of October. They had all the bands in that one area away from all the people.
Right.
And in the fucking sun.
Yeah. Like, I mean, we were underneath that, it's like a half barn type thing.
Right. But it was in the sun.
Burning.
Right.
It was really hot. Luckily I had an umbrella.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't melt.
Yeah. But again, like some of these promoters that are doing things for the first time, like the promoter there to have a band for the first time. Oddities is an old event.
Yeah.
But to have a band like us or any like First Jason for the first time, they just didn't understand like how it was going to be. You could hear everything through the whole festival.
It was loud.
Yeah. And so people got to hear it, but you want an audience. And if they would have put us in an area where all the vendors were at in the shade and like just, put up something, shit, we would have brought our own shit if we had to. But, that was kind of screwy. The same with the MontCon.
Right.
They didn't.
They just don't know.
Yeah, and where they were gonna have Lords play in that room where I spoke,
Little tiny stage.
we would have knocked the glasses off the bar. It was so small, and they don't understand the scope of those things. No. But I still love doing all of it. I still, when it was all said and done, walking in the night, walking in the sun like that, and being so burnt out. It was still fun, to be there with you and to have the interest of anybody that wants to see you play, and putting your full talents on display, your makeup and all the stuff that you do, is really special. It's very special. This is the Sappy Podcast with two sappy gnomes.
Very sappy.
Dave's sappy stash gnome.
We love each other very much.
You believe that?
Yeah.
I got her.
So the last thing in June is I single-handedly built a pergola with like maybe 2% of your help.
Pergola?
Yeah, the sunshade.
Oh, the gazebo?
Yeah. A pergola.
Right. Yeah, that's right. You did that. You started like late at night. I didn't even know that you were doing all of it.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't it wasn't my intention to like build the entire thing, but it was like 11 o'clock at night. And you're like, what if she fell? And you came outside and you brought me a lamp.
Yeah. Like, why the fuck didn't you have a lamp? I didn't even know that you were doing that at that time. Like
the lights on the dark, but I mean,
yeah, no, that's an awesome thing that almost got blown away in a couple of storms out here.
Right?
Yeah,
right.
But I'm glad you took down the material
the shade part, yeah,
because the wind catches that. I mean, that one day, remember I called you and I was like, this thing is gonna fucking blow away, and I couldn't get anything undone. It's like it's something that takes time to wrap up and put away for the winter.
Only a few minutes.
No, it took more than a few minutes.
It needs an Allen wrench to do so.
Yeah, so that's more than a few minutes, especially when it's like tornado weather.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
All I thought was this thing is.
I was like, I don't know, I'm not with you, just to show you how to do it.
Well, I was worried it was gonna fucking catch wind, bust up the roof and fall into the neighbor's yard, crush their dog, or worse, one of their kids. Well, maybe not worse, but
you've seen stuff like trampolines that just go flying.
Yeah,
in the middle
this
of
thing was lifting off the ground.
Yeah,
so we got to do something about that. I don't know what we got to do.
Just got to anchor it to the wood, and then.
I tell you what, if that ever happens again, and it's starting to do that shit, I got one word for the solution: machete. Yeah, I will machete that material.
You machete the material?
Oh yeah, fuck it, man. I mean, I ain't gonna let that thing fly off here and bust up somebody's house. But you did a good job, though.
Oh, thanks. On to July. So July, we went to Merckna, and we tootled around
Ann Arbor.
Ann Arbor, and talked with sober people and listened to some big shares.
Yeah.
It's nice.
That was nice, but I will never go there again and pay like $70 some to literally go to meetings. Like I love the whole ambiance of it, of course, but to get in there, and it was like
$40 a piece.
Well, no, it was more than that.
Was it?
Yeah, it was more than that. It was like 65, I think. See, I've been to conventions before.
Right.
And there's a whole lot more going on with bigger areas. This was a small area. And it was like one room, like a small merch room. I've seen bigger merch areas at the Corona Road Bar. And then you had the room with all of the meetings, and then there were just hallways. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? There's nowhere else to go.
Right.
So
we were outside and just wandering around. It was just kind of like, okay, you had your
Yeah, it was
2 or
cool
3
to hang
different
out at,
meeting
but you like to
rooms.
pay that. I get that it supports the recovery community, and I'm good with
Yeah.
that. But I just, it's funny. I would feel better just being like, "Oh, here's a donation," because I want to,
Mm-hmm.
but not expecting like a convention because it really wasn't. It wasn't. No shade on Merkna. I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
It was. I've been to bigger ones. I like when there's like more stuff going on in different rooms and different workshops and stuff. Just my 2 cents.
We had Soberfest that month too. Wow, we did a whole bunch of stuff here. Ooh, this is August.
Hot fucking months.
Ooh, we did Sammy Hagar.
Sammy Hagar.
Yep. We played that was at Pine Knob. That was fun. That was packed full
Sammy
of
Hagar with
old people.
Opening act Loverboy.
Loverboy, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Everybody's working for the weekend.
Yep.
So they sounded good, for Loverboy. I mean, they all are pros. Sammy was doing the Best of All Worlds tour, like his little tribute to Eddie Van Halen.
Mm-hmm.
And the one thing that we noticed big time was the sound.
Yeah, very low.
Yeah, it was very compressed.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was. A lot of people were saying that you would go up on the hill and you just have a regular conversation like you're listening to the radio down there or something, like a loud radio.
It wasn't that loud. It was really bizarre. A lot of people were saying that, like, at the end of the show, they were like, this is the lowest sounding concert they've been to.
Yeah, there was something going on with it. It was not like that when we went to see Carrie King.
No, that was loud.
Oh, but that was at Freedom Hill.
Oh, yeah, that was at Freedom Hill.
Right. Well, I'm just saying it's smaller
Big
than Pine
difference.
Knob.
Correct.
But similar setting.
Yeah.
There was something about that Pine Knob sound that night, man, where I was not enthused with it. There's too many people. And
that was way too many people.
Yeah, and definitely in the future, if we're going to see a large act like that at Pine Knob, we're getting seats down close. Like, it's just worth it.
Right.
It's just worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would pay a decent amount of money to go sit in front, especially, you're sitting there watching Sammy, Michael Anthony, and Joe Satriani.
Yeah.
And at the time, it was Jason Bonham on drums. So, yeah, what a fucking band. But it just wasn't loud enough.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
We wore our heavy metal shirts. People thought we were cool.
They would be right.
All right, you guys are the coolest here. Thanks, man.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, what else did we do? We played at Diesel, the Lords of October.
That was that the Green Jelly show?
Must have been, yeah. Because we only played there once this.
We didn't do Doyle there this year?
No.
Okay.
No,
I think we skipped that one. We were asked to do it, but we didn't for some reason. I don't know why. But we did Green Jelly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was with a different promoter. That's right. That was a cool show. Yeah. That was cool. We did our makeup at the table because Green Jelly had all their props and we're using all the rooms and shit. Yeah, they had
pool
noodles
lot of
shit.
And beach balls and all kinds of goofy shit.
Good stuff too.
A lot of people with them. On the 10th of August, we saw Carrie King and Mastodon at Freedom Hill.
And we did not stay for Lamb of God.
No, we did not.
No, nor did Joe leave as well? Wait, who was there with us?
Russ.
Oh no, it was Russ. Yeah,
I think he left when we did.
Yeah, and then Britt and Raquel, they stayed. And I thought they were going to be mad at us because they were hanging out and we're like, hey, we'll be right back. Mm-hmm. Then we were like,
well,
I think we got ice cream and a cookie or something.
That root beer float.
Yeah. And then we were like, you want to just go? Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, Lamb of God's okay, but it's not something I listen to all the time.
Yeah, but Carrie King was fucking
Carrie
great.
King was amazing. They had some really good shirts too, which I bought
Yes.
at Meston.
And Mastodon, I think I liked maybe 2 or 3 of their songs. I thought they were pretty good.
Yeah, it's not my favorite album that they did, but if it was Crack the Sky, I would have been like, woo!
Right. I
And they
know
did
that you like the
the
earlier
whole-
stuff.
I like their mid stuff. Like their first beginning like albums were really, really, really heavy. But I like the ones that are more storytelling and more mellow. I think after that was the one album after Crack the Sky. I like that one's my favorite. But after that one, they started getting more proggy kind of music, and I was kind of like, it's all right. It just kind of fell off my radar after that.
What was the one with all the jellyfish?
The song?
What is it? I can't remember. I honestly don't remember.
The jellyfish song. I can't remember the title to the song that they played.
I would have not been there if Carrie King wasn't opening. Bottom line.
Right.
Bottom line. Well, and what a band he has too. Him and Phil from Violence.
Yeah.
And Paul from Slayer and Testament on drums. And I think he was in Forbidden as well.
Right.
But I love the and what's his name? Mark from Death Angel, the most approachable guy in metal.
Right.
Yeah. On vocal, man, that
So
fucking
good.
band rules. And he does all for when they play Slayer songs. He hits all the old high notes that Araya would.
Right.
When he was younger. I love it. I fucking love it.
So good.
Yeah, he's coming back too, like very soon. In fact, headlining. And
yeah.
You know, I'm not getting shit here internet wise.
Yeah, I don't know what's up. I think it's the weather. So.
Yeah, my Facebook isn't loading. I still have, fortunately, a couple other pages up here, and then the phone. Let me see here. Let me see if I get anything. People are still tripping that there was some kind of explosion in Clio.
No one knows what it was?
Nope, they're still.
We heard a big boom and our dog started like barking like crazy, like for just a few seconds. Whoa!
Yeah. I mean, I'm still getting shit here on my phone.
Well, you got the data from T-Mobile, so.
Well, whatever. If we need to, I was just gonna say, I was gonna look to see when Carrie King was coming again, but yeah, that's what I have to do. Carrie King in Detroit, because I would go see him again. Yeah, Majestic Theater.
Oh, nice.
January 30th, Thursday, January 30th. 6 p.m. And
who are they playing with?
That's what I was gonna say. Bands that I don't like.
I think the Majestic we saw.
General Admission.
We saw Creator there with Huntress.
Was that? Who did we just see? Where did we see? Oh, that was Royal Oak Music Theater with Testament and Creator.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Possessed. Yeah, January 30th. Carrie King at the Majestic Theater. These tickets are like $85 a piece.
Whoa.
And that's the problem I got is these opening bands. I hate to sound like a weirdo, but that's why I didn't want to go see Exodus this last time. It was like, I mean, I love Exodus, of course,
Playing with
playing with bands that I just don't like. You know, 4 bands that, or 3 other bands that I
don't listen to.
Yeah, they're like newer, and you know, I've heard them on Liquid Metal. You know, there's what's that one band called, like something pretty, or it's like kind of a corny name. You know what I'm talking about. I can't remember.
I can't think of the name, but
no bands that I'm interested in
right
seeing. And with Kerry King, I think it's the same. I don't know who any of these bands are, but anyway, so yeah, where are we at?
Middle of August. So
Jesus.
We went to Spirit Halloween. Yay! It opened up, and we were like, "Yay, let's go to Spirit Halloween." So we did. We had Yes at Freedom Hill with Deep Purple.
Right, and we went and met up with Kathy and Russ.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, was Joe there or no?
Yeah,
Joe was there. Yeah, that's right, because I was trying to get him seats.
Yes.
And they said, "Wait here, we'll be right back."
Right, and they just totally forgot about him.
Yeah.
So he had to leave a little bit early. He was in a lot of pain.
Yeah.
He must have got some.
But yeah, that
boo-boo knees.
Those are some good shows. Yes was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I love too that was Kathy's first time seeing them with John Davison singing. And I love that, because there's so many people that argue and fight back and forth about different members, and you know, who is the
purist.
Yeah, all that kind of stuff. And she goes, you know, way back to listening to those first Yes albums, just like me. And I love that she is not judgmental about it. You know, thought he did a great job. That was a wonderful show. Anytime seeing Steve Howe play.
Yeah.
My favorite guitarist of all time. The best.
I love watching him do the clap. It's fun.
Yeah.
What else do we do? We've got Sonic slushy dates. Going to Saginaw and going to the Home Goods, because they got all kinds of like Halloween stuff going on over there. September. Ooh, what did we do in September?
These are all of the right about when August hits. That's when we start doing Code Orange.
Oh yeah,
finding these places, and they opened up that Spirit Halloween kind of early. The one thing that I saw there that really, you know, caught my eye, that makes me feel really super stoked, is all the Terrifier stuff. They have everything Terrifier, and it says right on top of that, Damien Leone's Terrifier.
Yeah.
He didn't sell the rights. He didn't, you know, he's keeping it all to him, because with any slasher icon, you know, you go one route or the other. Think if he just, oh fuck it, you know, I'm going to sell Art the Clown. He's no longer mine, you know, and not my vision. Next thing you know, you've got he's turned into like a Freddy Krueger, and you're on like the 5th Terrifier, and he's cracking jokes, or doing, or it's really watered down and no gore for, like, you know, more mass consumption, because that's what they think people, you know. It was really cool to see that he held on to his product, his brand, and it's like all over the place.
Yeah, everywhere.
It was terrifying.
I see what you did there.
Yes.
September, we went to an AA picnic on your birthday, which was the 1st September.
An AA picnic?
Yeah. Yep. Father's Day. Oh no, that's Labor Day, because it was Labor Day. It was the 2nd marathon meeting.
What picnic was this?
At the Alano Club.
There was a picnic?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yes. and Joe and what's his wife's name? Bree or
Bree.
is it?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they were there,
They're
right?
the little kiddo. Yep.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah. And your 16-year clean anniversary.
Right. Yeah.
All of that.
16 years this year.
Yeah.
I'll drink to that. Give me some fucking This is the strongest brew we got here.
Yeah. What else did we do? There's some Walmart, some Menards things, some more slushy dates. Okay, we went to Indianapolis for the Melody Inn.
Yep, Melody Inn. So that's kind of that's more on project stuff I want to talk about later.
Uh-huh.
But that was of course it's always a great show at the Melody Inn.
Yeah.
And we got to hang out with Dave and Jen there. And Tyler came along.
Right, did some filming.
Yep, we did the filming for the documentary, which is what we'll talk about on the other segment. But yeah, that was really cool. So yeah, I guess we'll save.
And we went straight from Indianapolis to Royal Oak Music Theater to see Creator and Testament and Possessed.
Right. Oh my God. Yes. Well, how did we do that? We stayed in a hotel there.
Yeah.
Wait, we went a day early.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, we went Friday.
Right.
And then played on Saturday. And then on Sunday.
We stayed Saturday night.
Yeah, we stayed
And then
Saturday
we took our
night
sweet time.
and got there just in time to see the show. So yeah, it worked out really well.
For Creator and Testament.
Yeah, so we left around 11, 12 or whatever, and we got like it's a 5-hour drive. So.
And we had an extra ticket, or I can't remember how it came about that Damon was going to go, but then Damon picked up Samara.
Yeah, because Joe had an extra ticket.
And Joe had an extra ticket.
Yeah, I think we paid for Damon to have a ticket.
Yeah, I asked him if he just wanted to go, and he was like, "Hell yes."
Yeah, yep. And then Joe had an extra ticket, so we had Samara drive down to Damon. Damon took her to Royal Oak.
Yeah, and we all met up
really
there.
Cool. And it was a wild fucking show.
Right.
Oh my God, it was so good. And I'm not the biggest fan of Possessed, and I hadn't really heard too much of their stuff beforehand, which was fine with me, you know, after the whole incidents that have just become available.
Yeah, I haven't heard too much about that since then, but I don't. Yeah. You know, we're talking about the Jeff Beccaro being accused of like sexting and grooming and all that shit. Young lady. And whether or not it's true, I don't know. It's just, you know, I heard a few things about it, but it sounds like from what it seems like is he was doing some dumb shit.
Right. And then Creator played, which is always such a good show. They had some really cool like blow up like beasts. Demon type things, and they had like these like mannequins that were draped in like cloaks that were like hanging from like the rafters of the stage, which was really neat, with the big old like demon head in the back, and it was just really satanic and Satan is real.
Yeah,
it was really good. And then Testament played. And then things started to get really crazy, and they played Over the Wall. And when they did that, they asked for the audience to climb over the wall.
They invited everybody to go over the wall.
Over our heads. Because we were standing like maybe one person from the front row and in the center. So we had a great view of everything, but people were like, well, we're just gonna climb on over you. So we just had people of all sizes and drunkenness climbing over. Ended up with like 50 or so people on the stage with them, which I would have loved to, but man, I'm old.
I have never seen them do anything like that before.
No.
No, that was entirely
Well, how
like
fun.
unprecedented.
Yeah, I did duck
Yeah.
out of there though. I was like, I'm not getting kicked in the head today. There's too many times where I had to duck, and I'm like, nah.
Yeah, big ass old fucking drunk dudes. What are you doing?
Yes.
You causing trouble? Yeah, that was a wonderful, great fucking show. They only did songs from the first two albums, which I did not go on, get out of there. Go on. Leave that kitty alone. I did not know that's what they were doing.
Yeah.
I was willing, I had heard about this before that they were doing that. Like, I thought it was like a one-off show down in Tennessee or something. I was thinking that would be worth going to. But then to see them do that here, I had no fucking idea. Celebrating
so good.
What is like 40 years of the Legacy and the New Order. I think that had to be my favorite Testament show. As many times as I've seen them, you know, that had to be, because they're just so tuned in, and their drummer and bass player,
everything was just on point.
Yeah, the times I've seen them before, when they, like in the old days when they were doing those first two albums, they didn't have Steve DiGiorno on bass, or they have a new drummer now. I can't remember what his name. He's a young guy, but they didn't have those guys, and so it wasn't as musical. Like, those guys are just the best musicians. Yeah, that was fucking great. And Samara did her first, what do you call that? Crowd surfing.
Crowd surfing, yeah.
Yep. She was like, I'm going to try it. Next thing you know, she went over, and I was like, see you later. Yeah. For a second there, I said, oh, maybe you shouldn't, because I was like being protective. But then I was like, wait a second. Fucking go. You're 18. Yeah. Yeah.
You do you. I was proud mama moment. I was like, yeah, do it.